Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to do the age-old question, the secrets to success and happiness. That's right. It's a 2-for-1. Is it really a secret? Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. But of course, it all has to do partially with financial situations because, as you guys know, 60-70% of divorces are based on finances or relationships for that matter. It doesn't even have to be the marriage factor. But let's talk about this and much, much more because you know what we're focused on. Stop struggling now. Nobody's coming to save you, ladies and gentlemen, as you know. So you're going to have to work this out yourself. And welcome. Stop struggling now gear in full effect tonight. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Back, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. I thank you so much for being here tonight, and please share the videos with other people. You never know who will be looking for information and who can use some of this extra help out here. There's many people that need it, but a lot of people will not be looking for it. So you just never know what's going to happen. So please share the video. And once again, please hit that like button. I know I said it like 20 seconds ago, but please smash that like button so the YouTube guys know that we're in the house. And if you like what I'm talking about during the course of this live stream, please subscribe to the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Professors in the house. Auntie Val is AKA Professor. She is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to her name, which means she's a member of the channel, ladies and gentlemen. She brings her tagline, "Good evening, fam," with the heart, with the strength and the support. Thank you so much, Professor Auntie Val. Kim Cham is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Brings her tagline or his. Hi, all. Thank you. Hello to you too. Thank you so much for being here. And again, everybody who watches our videos on Friday nights and Monday, the chat room is open to everybody. If you have questions, you want to talk about something, the chat room is there for you. So don't be shy. You don't have to be. We have a lot of people here in the house who are entrepreneurs, business people, investors who know a lot more than I do. So you never know when you can get help. Where it is, you get help here. Professor Auntie Val is on the road tonight, but listening in. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the support because tonight is something a lot of people don't like to talk about. The secret to success and happiness. Everybody thinks they have that secret. Everybody thinks they may not have that secret. How about that? Both ways, because this is really a conundrum for a lot of people. Nobody is immune. Trying to be successful and happy at the same time. Trying to be happy just by itself. Trying to be successful just by itself. But is it really a secret? Well, we're going to delve into this and much more tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because one thing is for sure. If you live in America, I'm not saying outside of America, but generally, if you live in America, Canada, Europe, there is no way around the codes that you or your family have to create money. You have to make money. Things cost more as life goes on. So you can't even rest on your laurels. Even if you were billionaires and millionaires, over the course of a generation or two, your family could lose it all because taxes are due. Things happen. More people are born in the family, so things are shared. There's ways to do it, but it takes a village to make it happen. So we're going to talk about the secrets. I'm going to get to that in a second. Laverne Penix is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. He too has the icon next to his name, so I thank him for that. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. Yes, and I hope you and Mrs. Cool is doing well. I received a notification and trailer. Thank you so much for reminding me. Please let me know if you received the YouTube notification and you saw the trailer. That would be greatly appreciated. All right. Speaking of success and happiness, you might have saw the trailer then. That means, yes, success and happiness means different things to different people. It's not a one size fits all. That is firstly one of the little dirty secrets. A lot of people think certain things, but first things first. So I let you think something. Laverne Penix is known as Mr. Cool here on our YouTube street. So again, thank you so much, Mr. Cool, for being in the house. Victor Marrero is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name. And ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know what the icon means, that means they're members of the channel. They can actually join me on a live stream if they actually want to talk about anything or just come on and say hello. That would be cool. They can only find that link under the community tab on the YouTube channel. And only members can see that community tab and see it under there. Everybody can see the community tab, but only members can see that special post specifically for them. And he brings his tagline, hello all, let's do this. That's one of two taglines. So once again, let me know if you guys received the YouTube notification and saw the trailer. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, let's get into a few other things. Hello, and I think I skipped. Not a secret, but you have to find your purpose. There we go. Victor Marrero has started off the conversation for us. Ultimately, having a purpose is what makes happiness. Very, very good points. Once you reach that point, you can then say you're successful. It's not always about money. Exactly right, Victor Marrero. He hit it exactly on the head. A lot of that to unpack, ladies and gentlemen. He hits it on the head exactly right, because that is the thing there. A lot of people are doing something they don't want to do. So therefore, you're not going to be happy doing it. And then you have to get off from doing it. And then you have to share with people that you care about, but your mood may not be right. In fact, you might not even be happy at all because you're not being fulfilled. That's one way of secrets and success and happiness all are intertwined somewhat. But again, if you like doing what you're doing, you're going to be a lot happier than if you had to be pushed out the door and said, hey, you got to go do this, regardless of how you feel. So there goes the situation at hand. These are some of the secrets, like he says, but this is part of the plan. So again, at the end of this, notice he mentions it's not always about money. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to look any further than suicide, depression. None of that. There are people who make billions of dollars who are in therapy because of depression. So it's never been about the money. But on the flip side, people feel so damn good when they can go out here and buy anything to soothe their inner souls. So there's a balancing act that's going. People don't make money. All of a sudden, the stock market goes Black Friday. People are jumping out of buildings, killing themselves because they lost all their money or a large percentage of their money. This is how crazy it can get. So is it really a secret that makes you happy is really the question, because happiness is based on the individual person. And therefore, it's always going to be a balancing act, because a lot of times you see people get into problems. You see families get into problems, individuals get into problems. Some things happen professionally, things happen personally, but everybody seems to react differently. Some people go into their own little world, don't want to talk to anybody. Other people, they somehow appear to have it roll off their back, so to speak. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Victor Marrero has touched upon two of the areas that is pretty interesting. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do something because everybody's going to generally say, okay, what does Google say? Because there is no one answer. There is no secret. There is no way that you can just tell somebody, here is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps and you're good. Everybody has a different upbringing. Everybody grew up differently. So therefore, that also has to do with what you're going to be doing in life half of the time, and your way and your directions in life, and if you can handle pressure. A lot of people can't handle pressure. That's one of the things in itself. Let me see if I can actually find where maybe I don't have it anymore. I might have took it off screen. Let me see here. Oh yeah, it looks like I don't have it on Google anymore. It looks like I was playing around too much. Okay, I'm going to have to start that all over, because it's very, very interesting. Because I put secrets to success and happiness in Google engine because I wanted to see what it was going to say. Because you and I know people who, let's just put it this way, have literally nothing in your eyes or in the world's eyes. They would say, hey, man, this guy's homeless, right? But yet the guy that's homeless says, oh, hey, I don't have hardly any food, anything, but yet somebody gives them a sandwich. They're going to other people, cutting it up and chopping it up for the other people who are homeless. That makes him happy, even though he's in the worst situation potentially of his life. Other people would say that's the worst situation. But to that person, okay, I'm in the situation, I'm going to deal with it. He deals with it different ways. And in the other side of the spectrum, millionaires, billionaires, they have a problem as well because they're stressing on the other side of the spectrum, where if you are rich and people are under stress because every time their phone rings, they feel like somebody's calling to say, hey, can you loan me? Hey, can you give me? Hey, can I take? So they start feeling like, what are they, a piece of meat? It feels like people that they know aren't really friends. So now they're stressed on a whole nother level because everybody they meet, they think is trying to take something from them. So now they have a different outlook on life. And now they said some people value how much they have based is how what makes them happy. So if they lose that, then all of a sudden they're in depression. They're all of a sudden having a problem because they don't view being happy as just being ordinary person after they reach the mountaintop. So it all depends what you think makes you happy. I can't tell you. Nobody can tell you. All right, let's see what else we have here. Screen sharing was canceled. All right, that's cool. Let's see. We have the young gun in the house. Miracle Bro is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much, SSN Nation Unite. And he's trying to be that 1%er, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Top 10%er, 1%er on the way. He's already started in the right direction at a young age. And all he has to do is keep stacking, and he's going to keep moving and shaking, and everything's going to be beautiful. So just keep going, Miracle Bro. Thank you so much for being here on the Friday night. And look who else is in the house. Vanessa Comagate is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon as well. Members are in the house tonight. And she's also known as Seamless Genius in these YouTube streets. And she brings her tagline for the evening. Hey, Boston SSN fam, happy Friday. Got the notification. All right, that looks like 2 people received the notification. Can we break the record tonight? I don't know, but let's see how many other people received the notification. Now, let me get down to the Google. Unfortunately, we're going to go through this together. I had some things already picked out, but we'll go through this a little bit together. Let's check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what the Google secrets to success and happiness, right? We have books. You have books. See, we have books. So can a book actually tell you how you feel? Because remember, happiness, success is how you feel. All right, let's go with the first one. See, this one right here is very interesting. The secret is that in order to be truly happy and successful, you must first reconnect to your own needs. Okay, that's very interesting take here. Once you have nourished yourself from the inside, that's interesting. You will naturally shine, take action, and attract all that you want from the outside world. Take a step back and take a few long, deep breaths. This is from 2018 by Samantha Morris, coach. Now, I have a lot to say about this. Let's see what you guys are going to say about this, because when we start talking about first reconnect to your own needs, see, part of that means you're going to pay attention to yourself. And to me, if you just think you're going to be able to hold everything inside and then nourish yourself and then everything's going to be fine later, we all know problems happen. You're going to have to deal with problems. There's just no way around it. All right. So anyhow, that's one of the first ones. So then let's go with the greatest secret of success. Successful people take risk. 10 secrets of successful people. This doesn't have nothing to do with happiness. Successful people possess unwavering self-belief. Oh my, they're sounding like entrepreneurs and investors here. They don't care what others think. Oh my, this right here, I like these top three. All right, they think outside the box. I like this as well. Nobody can tell you no. And anybody see that social media post that I made up? When somebody says it's impossible, that just means it's impossible for them. Did anybody see that latest post I posted up? They think outside the box. They're optimistic at heart. You have to be optimistic because you have to believe that things are going to work out. And then if it fails, you have to say, you know what? I learned from my mistake. I learned from how I failed. Let's see if I can make this work a different way. They're resilient, not afraid of failure. Oh, there it is. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 10 secrets of successful people. I'm going to say I like this right here. Successful people possess a can-do attitude, always positive, always thinking, okay, I understand we didn't make it work this time, but we're going to make it happen next time and we'll tweak it this way. All right. I love all of this right here. Mentalhealth.net, right on. Wherever you got that information, I totally agree with this right here. Is happy the key to success? Happiness is a key driver and precursor of success. See, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is pretty serious. Neuroscience and studies of positive psychology, they're using science here, that happiness is a key driver and precursor of success. With 2 decades of research backing this up. One reason is that positive feelings make the brain work better. Are you guys getting this? So all negativity, all of that stuff that happens, your brain is acting different. It's giving off the wrong endorphins, right? So if you can get into the happiness portion, then everything else starts giving you that positive feelings, makes your brain work a little better. Now you may understand why if a person starts being successful, they get a little more confident, they're a little bit more happy, then all of a sudden they're the ones saying positive things, telling people you can do this. A rising tide lifts all boats. We're going to try and make you guys work. We're going to try and make you guys win. We want everybody to win here, right? So I like this right here, backed by science. But you want to know something? I just got to get back on screen here. I got to tell you guys something. Here's the funniest thing. I could never understand. And this is most people in America, you have to work somewhere. And I just could never believe or understand that a person would go to a job and not care about the money. That ought to tell you something. There are people that will literally work at a job. The job will say, hey, we can't issue you a paycheck this week. Will you still come back next week and work for us because we really need you and we'll maybe be able to pay you in a week or two? Me, I'm like, okay, I'm out. But there's other people that would say, I like it here. I'm happy doing this, even if you didn't pay me. So I'm coming back to help you. See, that's the different balances with the secret of success and happiness, because some people are still happy helping others with no compensation whatsoever. They're willing to work 40, 60 hours a week without a paycheck, even though they're employed. So this right there, I thought it was always number one that a person said, okay, I'm going to take a job. And then you would be like, okay, I'm going to get paid how much? And so if your boss said you get paid, I don't know, let's just say $15 an hour and you think you should be getting 30, I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to take the 15-hour job. So this is the thing that always baffled me. There are people that would take the $15 an hour job instead of the 30 because that's what makes them happy. But to me, I was just like, well, if I'm working, that means I should get paid the most I can get paid. That's what makes me happy. Making me take $15 an hour so I can scrimp and save and barely get by, that doesn't make me happy. So different things for different people. So again, that's why there really isn't a secret, but there are things that the sciences says that if you are happy, then success can occur a little easier for you. All right, let me know what you guys are thinking out here. Miguel, Army retired. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name as well. And he brings his tagline, God bless my SSN family. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. Miguel, Army retired. I got the notification. That's 3 people. Very, very happy to hear this. Thank you so much for that. Miguel, gonna see you in about a month. Vanessa Comagate, I agree with Victor. Your happiness lies in your purpose. Exactly. Everybody has their own way of dealing with happiness. That is one of the ways, a lot of the ways. But I will say this. Notice on the Google page, they're not mentioning the abstract purpose. So we will see how much more we can do on the Google page. Ola Vanessa from Miguel. Oh, we got that. Ola Senor Victor. All right. And Army retired. Sure. Ola Senor Victor. Okay. Miguel showing Victor some love as well. Victor Morel, most people are living on the edge and judging responsibilities. Therefore, reconnecting with themselves is out of their reach. Exactly, Victor Morel. That's why I was saying that, coach. I'm just like, man, what happens when somebody's living paycheck to paycheck, when somebody's getting laid off, when somebody, I mean, if you're not already happy, you're about to be in a world of hurt if that's what makes you happy that way. So I agree with you 100% on that one. But everybody has their own ways to get there, right? Georges Charles, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he's here with the icon as well. Another member of the channel's in the house. And he says, hello, money people. Hello to you too, emerging millionaires in the house. All right. James Way, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he has the icon next to his name. The rent is too damn high is his tagline, and kicking our behinds. Exactly, it is. Evening all. And guess what? It's going to keep kicking your behinds, ladies and gentlemen. Guess why? The governments around the world are still printing up a whole bunch of money. That's right. We're going to talk about some of that because this is another reason why success and happiness are hard to come by. Because if your government is working against you, what I mean by against you is simple. If I have to go out here and work and somebody pays me, let's just say $30 an hour, and then next year, inflation is 10%, but it's not because of anything. It's because my government is printing money and giving corporations loans so then they can buy back their stock instead of paying employees more, and they can raise the prices of their goods and services because it doesn't matter because they just got $50 million or $25 million from the government. So they have no interest in making their prices of their goods and services affordable. So even if I get 30 an hour, we have 10% inflation. Now I can only buy $27 an hour worth of stuff the next year. And then my boss comes in and goes, hey, Eric, I'm going to give you a 3% raise. Okay, 3%. So now I got a $30.90. I mean, what are we talking about here? I just lost $3 worth of buying power. And never mind, next year is another $5 or $10. I mean, this is crazy. So there's no way to keep it all going. And that's why it's going to keep kicking our behind. So what do? We have to make more money, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know how this works. We have to get that passive income in here, especially if we start talking about financials. But that's not what the secret of success and happiness is. They care because they got the bill. Exactly. They got bills. Exactly. That's exactly right. All right, here we go. Vanessa Comagate says that Miguel, I'm retired to Ola Miguel. Maria Barnes is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Mrs. Cool is here, and she brings her tagline, "Hello, Eric and SSN family. I hope everyone is doing well. I got the notification and trailer. We're up to 4 people, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to break the record tonight? Let's go." Miracle Bro says, "This is an excellent topic. Thank you so much for mentioning that. I appreciate it." Here we go. Nice jump on the market today. Dividend ETFs have started the snowball effect. There we go. Victor Marrero is on top of it. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. And as you guys know, we always have solutions because you can play within this parameter of the secrets of to success and happiness. But is it really a secret? Well, let's continue, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to open a few more boxes to let you think about some other things, because this one right here, 7 Keys to Happiness, this is interesting. I love this one right here. This is one that I had open earlier. Look at number 1, gratitude. We live in a self-entitled country right now. This is so disgusting. It's people are like, I'm entitled. I don't have to work. I don't have to do anything. Oh, yeah, I'm still going to be happy. But as long as you're miserable, I'll be happy. Things are so out of whack. Here we are with gratitude. I like this. Be present. I like it. Number 3, manage time effectively. I like this too. Set smarter goals. Okay. Embody an empowering morning routine. All right. Tackle the MITs, which, by the way, I don't know what that is. Focus on health and well-being. Okay, that's a good start. I like this start right here. Unfortunately, somebody's going to have to tell me what MITs are, because all I know is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. As far as I know, I don't know what MITs are. This is from 2017. So once again, that was very, very interesting when they came with that little titles here. Now, I'm going to go to another one, which kind of plays upon what the purpose goes. Scientists have found, now again, scientists have found 3 things that make people most happy: pleasure, which is doing things you enjoy; engagement, feeling interested in your activities and connected to others, which I'll get into this in a second; and meaning, feeling like what you do matters. Those 3 things right there is the 3 things, unbelievably. This is scientific. This is what people do for a job. It's not about money. They want to feel connected. They want to enjoy what they're doing. They want to feel connected to who they work with and the people they work with. That's a connection. That's like a little pseudo family. And that's what they feel matters to them. Can you believe that? They want more responsibility at work. It's not about the paycheck. It's not about the dollars. It's this right here, these 3 things right here. And so now you understand how Elon Musk can tell somebody, hey, I need you to do extra work, and I need you to work an extra 20 to 40 hours a week, but you're not going to get paid anymore. And I got beds upstairs in the offices, and I got blow-up mattresses in the offices so you can stay overnight so you can work with me. And all these people signed up and said, oh, you're damn right, I want to work here. Me, I'd have been walking out the door like, dude, are you serious? I'd have been like, you're paying me the same. You want me to work an extra job, and you want me to sleep overnight? Have you lost your freaking mind, is what I would have said as I'm walking out the door. But other people, no, they're sleeping on the floor. They're bringing their sleeping bags. They're staying overnight for 2, 3, 4 days. Because why? These right here. They enjoy doing what they're doing. They're interested. They're engaged in that work environment, and the work that they're doing is important. And they feel like what they're doing matters. This is exactly what it is. The secrets are right here, but are you down with the program? See, I'm not down with this program because it doesn't make me happy. Now, let's flip it the other way around. What makes me happy, for instance, myself, is I like to do the things I'm doing, like when I've been doing the last 4 years on YouTube and trying to help people a different way. That's what makes me happy. I feel engaged. That's why I up the live streams to 3 instead of 1 a week. And then it kind of feels good because it matters when people say that I've helped them. I receive emails. People call me. They say, you helped me. I feel good. So all of this is one of the reasons why I'm still sitting here on YouTube, not because it pays me, because you guys know they cancel us out here in the Stop Struggling Now Nation. But it's all good. But I'm happy with this right here. This is one of my little keys. And to Victor Marrero and Vanessa Comagate's point, there's like a little purpose. Like I said, I always feel good when people may figure that there's no hope. And then we give you a little hope by thinking a little bit differently. So this is how I pretty much operate, but in a different way. I won't stay at a job because this has all the ingredients. But if I'm doing this myself, okay, I'll stay all day, all night. You guys know we do 3-hour live streams sometime. We have records of about 4.5, 5 hours for 1 or 2 live streams over the last year. So again, that's the kind of things that matter to a lot of people. So we will see. Hey, ladies, Auntie Val and Miss Cool, exactly, from Vanessa Comagate, showing the love. Miguel, I'm retired. Hola, muy bien, Miguel. That's exactly right. Who says money can't make you happy? As if being broke makes them happier. George's Charles, that is one of the things. But see, actually, the science doesn't correlate, because what happens is people correlate money with something. So a lot of people say, okay, I would rather be rich than broke, because being rich, it's easier to maneuver. That is very true. But like I was saying, just like the scientist shows you, people are willing to do anything if that meets their criteria, where they say, hey, I feel good about doing it. I'm engaged. I feel like I'm a part of a team. They will work for nothing. It's crazy. I understand. But a lot of people have this point of view that if you're broke, you're not happy. But that's not even the case. Because if that was the case, 70% of Americans in the United States don't even have $1,000 in the bank account. 60% of Americans don't have $500 in their bank account. So if you start going by those numbers, you start to understand that those people that correlate money making with some sort of success and happiness, now you're finding out why there's so much drug addiction, so many people that are depressed, so many people that are in rehab for whatever substance it is. All of this comes into play because a lot of people are focused on the money part. That's part of the problem. And if you don't have it, of course, you're going to be sad. Of course, you're going to be like, oh my God, stressed and depressed. It could happen. But where are you going when you're stressed and depressed? That's the question. So therefore, we got to try and help people. And that's why we're here in the SSN Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Buenos tardes, Vanessa from Maria Barnes. All right, Miguel, I'm retired, says, hope to see my SSN family next month. Together, we all can make money. Exactly, Miguel. And oh, by the way, Miguel, let me know some of your projects. Are any of them delivering this year? I'm curious. I don't think so. I know I think you're at REA, so I know that one's not done because I saw some updates on that. But, ladies and gentlemen, this hopefully you guys don't mind this subject matter tonight, because this right here, a lot of people have to grapple with. And even though we talk about passive income, even though we talk about real estate investing, even though we talk about dividend investing and making money while you sleep and trying to figure out starting businesses and things like that, that's not necessarily what makes people happy. That's the whole point. And you don't know if you're going to really truly be successful, because what's success? Success sometimes could be based on an achievement, a goal. So that's the question. This is why, is it really a secret, is why I have the question mark, because it depends on what your goals are. It depends on who you are and what you're trying to do. That's the thing right there. Because if you can't do what you really want to do, I don't know what would happen, right? You have to make a change. Otherwise, you may not be happy. You may not be successful. And so where does that put you? That doesn't mean that you're not still going to be happy, or does not mean that you're not going to be successful. Because again, I'm going to go back to the Google pages, because here's an interesting one here. What comes first, happiness or success? The results of all 3 types of studies, once again, suggest that happiness leads to behaviors that often lead to further success in work, relationships, and health. See again, work, relationships, and health. This is seemingly, it starts adding up when you start realizing when they're doing studies, because people are coming in telling them, they're saying, what makes you happy? And some people are like, oh, just as long as I'm working somewhere because I got something to do. Other people are like, just what the other scientists said. Your work is a relationship. So I feel good because I'm amongst other people, like-minded people in a group. Well, what does that sound like? Like-minded people in a group? Church. Think about it, right? Like-minded people in a group? Convention. Like-minded people in a group applies to a whole bunch of things. We're going out to the club tonight. Like-minded group of people. We'll be back next week too, right? And health, everybody wants health, but everybody's not going to maintain their health. And that this success stems from these. Here we go with the positive feelings again. And by the way, this is from 2005 for this one, for this study. But you start noticing there's a trend, right? There starts to be a trend. All right. Now, I didn't go much further. There was something else down at the bottom, but I guess this looks like a different page. So I will leave it here. Let's go with 12. What are the 12 strategies of happiness? Expressing gratitude, optimism, overthinking, social comparison, practicing acts of kindness. This is why a lot of people give the, let's say, simple acts of charity, right? Send money to charity. Even though they're not really doing much, but you're sending money to charity, people, that helps. Nurturing relationships. That's what a human being does. All right. A lot of people want to be all by themselves, but that's generally not the case for the majority of individuals, because that's what humans do. They want to be in groups. They want to have relationships. Develop strategies for coping. Oh, that's been missed out. That's one of the main things right there. A lot of people can't cope. So therefore, how can you be happy if you can't cope a certain way, or they do coping mechanisms? Learning to forgive. Oh my, that's a big one right there. That's huge. That is really, really huge, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people are holding on to something that happened to them 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And that's moving forward in your life, and that's affecting you. And that actually affects your relationships as well. If we start talking about psychology, all right, doing more activities that truly engage you. Well, there we go. So explore and grow your happiness via 12 happiness strategies. I like these strategies. Again, these are all good right here. This can help people. These are some of the secrets. We've tackled probably about 20 things when you start adding happiness and success, and all these are attainable. This isn't something that you can't attain. All right. Like I said, there's lots of people carrying baggage right now for something that they're mad at somebody for the last 20 years, 30 years. And they're sitting there festering with it. And that actually holds you back from some other things, because in your mind and your heart, that changes things when you meet other people. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to start this out with, ladies and gentlemen. We got in this an hour long. I appreciate everybody contributing to how they feel, and we can continue to talk about this, but I'm not going to go much further into it because it's kind of a bummer for a lot of people, but we will see. All right, let's go. Arco and REA resident expected around March 2024. Okay, so he's got a year left, ladies and gentlemen. So we will see what happens. Let's go. I used to neglect my happiness to make more money by working more, 16 hours a day. See, there we go. I felt like a slave. Exactly. I lacked a true understanding of fulfillment. Used to think money alone was it. Now I know better. Exactly, Miracle Bro. As long as you can learn this, the younger you are, the better it'll be. Because again, that's how it all starts out. I'm going to tell you guys something. I've always been pretty much happy because I've always tried to help people. I never have ever tried to just do it for the money. I deal a different way. I go, okay, if I'm going to make money at something, do I really like to want to do it? That's how I looked at it. Does this make me happy doing it? So already out the box, I only do it if it makes me happy. So now I lost track of I was going to give you guys a story, but I'll have to change that later. Let me go read his again. 16 hours a day. I felt like a slave, a lack of true understanding of fulfillment. Used to think money alone wasn't it. So that brings me back to the story. So anyhow, I'm a young gun like Miracle Bro, and I live in a condo, gated community, waterfalls outside my back door. It's awesome. People come over, of course, and they're just like, man, you hear the water outside? I'm like, yeah, man, I got a little thing going on outside the back of my condo. That's why I bought this one. And they're so nice, soothing sounds all the time. Well, one day I'm happy. I'm in the people pleasing business, right? I'm having I do parties at clubs. I run businesses. I pretty much do whatever the hell I want in my 20s. I'm serious. That's how it was. So I'm happy. I'm successful. I'm doing everything. And one day I come to my apartment and I go in my bedroom and I have a big, huge walk-in closet. And I'm sitting there and I just realized I have like, I don't even remember, like at least 2 dozen worth of clothes at the dry cleaners. All right. At least. So I get into my closet, I open up the door, and then I start looking and I said, you know what? How much stuff do I have in here? I counted every pairs of pants, every pairs of shoes, every pairs of shirts, every pair of clothes that I could wear. And I literally in my house had 45 days worth of outfits. I would not have to change clothes for 45 days. Different shoes and everything, over 45 pairs of shoes. It was outrageous. And then I was like, wait a minute, I have 2 dozen clothes at the dry cleaners. I was just like, holy smokes, what's wrong with me? I just then realized I could walk around for damn near 60 days, different clothes. I said, okay, enough. I can't do this. Something's wrong with me. And that's the way I termed it. I was like, okay, I got rid of all my stuff. And from that point on, I was like, okay, I can't have this much stuff. This is crazy. So even though I was happy, even though I'm successful, it didn't even matter. I was still happy. But then when I realized, I was just like, man, this is way out of line. There's people around here starving. There's people around here doing all kind of crazy stuff. I took damn near everything. I went down to like 3 weeks maybe. And I was down at the homeless places trying to give people my clothes, and the homeless at the places that took in clothes, when I was giving it to them, they're like, are you sure you want to give this? You sure? They're like, this stuff is pretty nice. I said, yeah, I have to, because this isn't right. I'm in excess. I'm way over excess here. This is craziness. And so that was one of the things that in my life that I realized. I was like, wait a minute, there's a point to making all this money and a point to happiness. But I was thinking a little differently in my young mind. I was like, okay, let me get some more of this stuff. Let me keep giving some more of this stuff. But as it turns out, I was like, no. So I felt something was wrong with me at that point. I was like, man, this is crazy. All right. So that's what made me think of it, Miracle Bro. Victor got a call today from Colorado Galaxy. They're moving me from the 3rd floor to the 4th floor because they're adding the 5th floor, now getting additional 10 square meters of space. I ain't mad. I wouldn't be mad either. An extra 100 square meters, that's huge. That's a 10 by 10 room. That's huge when you only have 2 bedrooms, and now you have an extra 100 square feet somewhere in the apartment. That is sweet. Another bathroom would have been nice. You can use half of that. A half bath, that would have been nice. But anyhow, congratulations, Victor Morel. They should do something for you. I love to hear this. Actually, everybody's starting to move up their towers. That's funny as hell. But I love it. Vanessa Comagate, I believe in putting out there what you want to receive. Yes, Vanessa Comagate, putting out there the karma. Hey, karma is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly right. Karma is a thing. So therefore, you have to think of it that way. And oh, by the way, smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, don't forget, SSN Nation gear is at the StopStrugglingNow.com website. And there's a link down below in the description. And oh, by the way, all the links are down below. If you want to get your own virtual office from Opus Virtual Office, the link is down below. Use that promo code. If you want to get into Miracle Cash and More and get the best NFT project backed by real stores, real business, then you get in the Miracle Cash and More link down below. You sign up for free at cashflownft.net. All right. We got some more to talk about. Here we go. I used to worry about money. Now I don't. And I'm very happy now with my Dominican mama. There we go, Miguel. Army retired veteran. Exactly right. It's all based on perspectives, because a lot of people would say, hey, I've been striving for that money. Because let's just face it, most people have to. I'm not mad at the situation that we live in, but the government working against you, I'm mad about. And that's why I started the channel, because they're just screwing everybody. And most people are working at a job, so they are caught. It's not like you can go to the job and go, hey, man, inflation was 10% this year, so can I get a 10% raise? They're going to look at you like you're crazy. Inflation was 6% year over year, so can I get a 6% raise? They're going to look at you like you're crazy. Every year you're walking in here asking for a raise. I go, yes, because every year there's 6%, 8%, 10% inflation. How am I supposed to stay ahead? Well, you better get another job, Eric. Exactly. I mean, it's crazy. So glad to hear that, Miguel. Victor Morrell, very cool. Exactly. They finally showing him some love out there at Connor Rock. I love it. That's beautiful. At Miguel, Army retired. Thumbs up. Exactly. At Victor Morrell, when will they be ready? Everyone moving higher. Cruise on land. Penthouse is now 7 floors. Yes, everybody's taking on an extra, which reminds me, okay, this reminds me, in Vista Cana, when I was looking at a villa, one of the reasons I didn't get one originally was because I was trying to get a 2-story villa to put a terrace on top. At the time, they had restrictions that you couldn't do that. Now, since Larimar comes along, everybody all of a sudden is like, hey, wait, how can these guys do 15 towers? And they're like, wait, can't we add another level or two? Now, all of a sudden, other properties are putting levels up. So that brings me to remind people who have bought a villa, now may be the time to ask your builder if you may qualify for getting your roof, which is cement. You just need a way up there. Your roof is already cement. If you have a flat roof or slightly tilted, it's got to have some sort of runoff capabilities. But if they can put you a terrace upstairs on top of your roof and you have a walkway up before they build it, now would be a good time to ask. But in 2020, you couldn't, they didn't allow to put up another level or terrace up top, shall I say. So something to think about. All right, George Charles, looking at closing mid 2024. The higher the floor, the more appreciation it gets. Exactly, especially due to the view. You guys have higher floors. Congrats with that. Yes, Victor Morrell, it's exactly right. Now we're going to get into something a little bit, the secret of success and happiness. Is it really a secret? Okay, we got to talk about something, because something has come up with Larimar. We've been touting Larimar as #1 in the list. They might lose their standing here, ladies and gentlemen, because all of a sudden when they broke out contracts, these contracts are lacking. The contracts are looking kind of like it might be a replay of Vista Cana and Connor Rock. All of a sudden, I didn't see anything in here that says it includes. I keep missing. I'm like, hey, what's going on? We're talking to them going, hey, what's happening here? And now, you know what happens. Hey, what's going on with that? All of a sudden, somebody starts telling me the tennis courts might cost money. Whoa, sports complex? Hold on now. You telling me this is like Vista Cana? I'm like, hold up a second. You're saying that people might have to pay to go in the sports complex. I'm like, hold on a second. We've been talking about this for 5 months. There's not supposed to be any additional fees. I know the golf course is going to cost something, but then why am I paying HOAs? We got problems. We potentially have problems, Houston. They're talking to developers right now. Because I'm like, okay, you have the boardwalk. Okay, hey, hold on now. The boardwalk doesn't have the fitness center, the basketball courts, the soccer fields, and all that sports stuff. So I know there's pools out there. In fact, there's a pool besides every 4 buildings here. So I don't want to hear nothing about pools. I can get a pool at any complex I stay at. But if I'm going to have to pay for something extra, I can stay at AC Hotel downtown, and at least I got a fitness room and a pool and a bar and a restaurant. So why am I going to stay out here then if I got to start paying to go work out in the fitness and go play some tennis and golf when I can just do it downtown? This is craziness. Anyhow, they will lose their status as #1, which is tied with Cruise on Land at the moment. but we might have a problem here, Houston. Now, granted, the boardwalk is off the charts. Now, I got to give them that. But I'm not hearing this potential situation that has occurred after months, 5 months, by the way. And now they're giving me these words that I don't like, access. I'm like, hold on a second. It's not on contract and there's no access. I don't want to hear access. It's supposed to be included. $2 a square foot HOAs. Are you telling me that's because you guys are building me these Central Park like thing? I'm like, man, I can walk around the jungle anytime I want to. I don't need to pay for it. I can walk around anywhere in Punta Cana and not have to pay for it. So why am I going to care if I have a Central Park atmosphere here? Stop playing with me. I can walk downtown. They have a little lake right there that I can walk around, and I can eat on the lake if I want to. Doesn't cost me any extra. I don't have to pay $2 a square foot. Are you losing your mind here? I'm like, hold on. I'm starting to get indignant, ladies and gentlemen, when I find out. After 5 months, we had Gennaro on here. We had Gwen on here. We had, I think we had someone else on here as well talking about Larimar, and every time it was specific. It's included, right? The sports complex included. Everything. Yeah. Until now. So we're going to find out. Amenities. If it is a resort, should be inclusive for members at Larimar. You're damn right it should be. But like I said, they're going to lose their status if these guys come back with some nonsense. So that would change things dramatically, even though, again, it's a catch-22 because you got the downtown, you have that boardwalk that's beautiful. It's like a 1.5 kilometers, 1.5. That's like 1.5 miles, 2 kilometers, 1.5 miles. It could be longer. They're talking about they're talking about like 3-4 miles this resort could be. That's going to be a lot of stuff out there. But the fact of the matter is, when I come in the gates and somebody starts going, I want to go work out, and somebody says, oh, that's going to be some money, I'm going to be like, have you lost your mind? I could just stay in any old condo complex and they'll have a fitness center and a pool. I mean, I don't really care about the soccer field. I'm not playing soccer. When we start really looking at this stuff, I mean, most people aren't on vacation to go play soccer. But, hey, there might be some people out there. But somebody might be going to the basketball court, right? Somebody might be going to play tennis. Those things people will do. So I'm like, hold on. And that gymnasium, where's that at? Because that should be included too. There's a gymnasium. You're going to tell me I have to pay to go in there? We got issues, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get some clarification on this. We should know by Monday. Developer is going to have to bring up some stuff, put it in a contract, because I'm not going with your nonsense. This is 2023, ladies and gentlemen. This is what their projects are doing out here. Okay, let's go. Are you getting all these in contract? Exactly, Victor Morrell. You almost have to ask for details on the contract. That's exactly what has happened. Also, are you getting a note about the fact you could see a price increase if the supplies increase? Oh, Victor Morrell, the beauty of Larimar, in their contract, no price increases, just like what you have at Conarock in 2018. It specifically states no price increases and there's no adjustments. That's in the contract, point blank. That's number one that I was looking for as well. So that's the good news. But now the bad news was today. In fact, I had a conversation today and I was sitting there saying, okay, hold on. What's up with these amenities? And the guy said access. And then I was like, oh, yeah, access. That means something different in Dominican Republic. And then, like I said, it doesn't say it in the contract. Like my Panorama contract, it actually says everything that you have in the complex and inside your unit. So I was like, hey, this doesn't say anything about what you have here. I'm like, because right now you guys could change this up. I'm not going to be happy. So that's when it all came out, when they all of a sudden he goes, yeah, you might have to pay for tennis. I was like, what? Tennis? What are you talking about? I said, wait, tennis court, basketball court, working out? Because I said most people, if they're staying in any lengthy time, most people do a healthy life. So they're going to walk around. They're probably going to go to the fitness and work out, because there is no fitness right by the condo towers. There's no fitness room. So you have to go wherever the fitness. There's one at the clubhouse at the golf course. But if you're going to go to the golf course clubhouse, you're probably going to have to be a member. So you can skip that one. The one that's out by the sports complex, I'm like, wait, you're gonna have to pay for that? He's like, yeah, you might, because the tennis you got to pay here in the DR, you pay for tennis and stuff. I said, no, you mean tennis lessons. I don't know where. I've never paid at a place that had an HOA fee to play tennis because the tennis courts are there. Why am I going to pay extra? I already pay HOAs. I'm like, I need that written down that everything's included or not, because I don't want to hear everything's included. It's not in contract. So we're going to find out. It's disheartening, to say the least, because we've been talking about Larimar as one of the top places because all the stuff was included except for golf. That's understandable. I can understand that. And except, of course, for restaurants, that's whatever, but everybody pays for restaurants. But this other thing is crazy. All right. So we'll see. Victor Marrero, one thing is price guarantee not to ever increase was a plus. It is still a great investment, but Cruise on Land will be better because amenities included in the membership. Exactly, Georges Charles. That's why I was saying if this turns out kind of wiggy, then that means the number one spot is going to be solely on Cruise on Land. It no longer will be a tie, because Cruise on Land, once you show up, everything's included. It's in writing. It's on the contract. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And oh, by the way, at Larimar, if you want to get in, there are no more in Tower 1 and Tower 2. There are no more Ocean View units available. Just letting you know. All right. So that's that. Now, oh, and by the way, yeah, I don't even have an Ocean View. There's a faux pas. They were supposed to block 605. They said it was blocked for me. Come to find out, not blocked for me. And I found out some other things that I'm not very happy about either, because Panorama Gardens or Panorama Lake, they did the same thing. The developers, they blocked out units. And then after they sold out, they were blocking them for their friends. So after they said it was sold out, then they released units that their friends didn't want. That's in Panorama Lake, just so you guys know. So it sounds like, from what I heard today, the developers are actually, even though it shows availability on the list, the developers are going in to block stuff or take stuff. If they don't see it, the developers themselves are taking stuff. So I'm just letting you guys know things are going to go fast because the developers are actually buying up or holding units. So things are moving fast at Larimar. All right. So we're in Tower 4. Well, basically Tower 1, Tower 2, Tower 4. They're the only ones available. There are units available, but if you wanted that ocean view from the front that overlooks the boardwalk, there's none left. All right. Now, if you want a 1-bedroom, then those are left. And a 1-bedroom, of course, is like 90,000, 95,000. And the higher you go up, to have it 112. Now, I'm going to give you the good news and the bad news. So the good news is if you want a 1-bedroom, you'll still have ocean view on certain floors. It's direct ocean view. Now, number 4, the building that's behind building 2. Because the 2 bedrooms are on the corner of the building, the buildings are like 100. Okay, I'm just going to put it to you what I know. According to their documents that they submitted to the county, the towers are 110 meters apart, which is a football field. So if you're on the corner, and just so I'll give you guys the numbers, unit number 1 and unit number 10. So that means 601, 610, 701, 710, 801, 810, all the way up to 1410, 1401. If you're on the corner, your living room, and if they have a window on the bedroom side that faces out, you will be able to see through the side of the buildings because they're 100 yards wide, and you'll have partial ocean view from back there, and you'll also have partial boardwalk view. So you want to have the highest floor. So right now, floor 1410 in Tower 4, I've blocked off pending what these guys come back with the developers say about these amenities. So let you know, I'm even in the backside. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something because we'll get into the real estate, because secrets to success and happiness is part of this right now, because I wasn't happy. I'm not happy right now, right? I'm a little perturbed by what's happened, this new revelation. But anyhow, 1410, just for everybody who knows, they're on the corners. If you get a one bedroom that's in the middle, you might still be able to possibly see through to, ocean or something, but you're in the middle of the building, so you're going to be directly across from the other building. But on the corners, you'll be able to see out from your balcony and from your living room possibly as well. So just giving you the heads up. All the rest of the things, if you have a one bedroom on the side, you'll be on your balcony and you'll be able to see the water too, because you'll be able to see down the sides of the buildings. So, and the last little thing about why it's not all lost. I've been doing rentals for, like I say, 30 years, damn near 25, 30 years, whatever. So there's another level to everything. So when somebody goes to the island, first question is, hey, do you have ocean view? Or first of all, how far are you from the beach? How far is the unit from the beach? That's the first question. Oh, it's not on the beach. Do I have ocean view? If you say no, some people will say, okay, I'm looking for ocean view. You could say no, you don't have ocean view, which is what I have to deal with sometimes, whether it's in Hawaii or even St. Martin or something. But the thing is, if you say no, then you need amenities. So that's why if you're at Vista Cana, that's why it's beautiful, right? If you're at Primaveros, because if you have basketball courts, soccer fields, 3 or 4 pools, and fitness centers, game rooms, and things like that people can go to without paying, then they will forego the ocean view and they'll forego being at the beach. Because all of a sudden now they're just like, wait, we got basketball. We have, if you want to play soccer, you have that. We have a game room. We have a fitness room. You have 3 or 4 pools, 5 pools on site. Your project has a pool inside of the pools. All that adds up. So you can always market that. That's a thing when people are on vacation. So here's something else where people also like. People have called me over the years, several times. No, you don't have ocean view. No, it's not on the beach. The next thing is this. Can I see the pool from my unit? Why do people ask that? Because generally I always have 2 bedrooms. So people say, I want to be able to see my teenage kids without having to go downstairs. So I needed to look over the pool. That is actually a request that people try to find. That's why in the new complexes, like at Cana Rock, for instance, this is why they run the pools the length of the building. Because now, even if somebody doesn't have that ocean view, the length of the building matters, because now this is exactly one of the questions that people ask. And I'm pretty sure the guys at Cana Rock know better than anybody. At Cana Rock, if you stay deep in the back of the units when you're staying there, you might not have ocean view. So if you go to Cana Rock, you say, I want to be in the first building up front. So then you'll have ocean view. Well, you got to be on certain sides of the building, but you say, I want to be up front in the first building, because then you're going to have ocean view. But if you try to be in the back, you might not have ocean view. The way the buildings are built, you have to be on your balcony or something. You won't see it from your room. So these are the type of things that come up when people and families go together. So if you can market something saying you have ocean view and you have views of the pool, and now you guys know what happens when people go on vacation. They go downstairs at 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning and put down towels so they can reserve their spot, which is crazy to me. But people do that. So I'm not saying do that, but that's what's kind of crazy. So I'm just letting you guys know, even if you had to go to the second building behind, you can still see through if you get a 2-bedroom. Oh, and the other caveat, I still can't believe this. The 14th floor, 13th floor, 12th floor, all the floors are 118,900. If you're in Tower 1 or Tower 2, you would have to pay 135, 137. Once you get up to 10, 11, 12 floors, you got to be over a 130 at that point. So is it really that bad that you're in Tower 4? I don't think so. It's little bad because, that overview where you can just see the boardwalk is kind of cool, but you won't have pool view that way, but you'll have pool view about all the pools and the waterway at the boardwalk. But if you're in Tower 4, And you have to be on the right side, by the way. I should say you have to be in unit 10, a 2-bedroom unit 10. That overlooks the pool. The other side of the building overlooks the central walkway. So take your pick on what you want to do. But like I say, for me, I got to overlook the pool, because if I'm marketing this, I go ocean view, overlooks the pool. And then you show them the pool, you show them the view. And now all of a sudden people are like, oh, I can live with that. The families, most of the families, they'll be, I can live with that. So just giving you guys an idea of what to expect in case you haven't rented long-term for international locations and on islands. Because a lot of people rent in the United States. And when you're in cities like Disneyland, Disney World, Miami, which is on the water, but I'm trying to get interior, right? Like LA, when you're in Anaheim, that's interior. When you're in Orlando, that's interior. So then people have different expectations. And then when people go to the islands, they have different expectations. So when we're in Las Vegas and I rent in Las Vegas a 2-bedroom and they stay at the Grandview, they're like, can I see the strip? No. Well, depends on what side of the building. You can see across the way and see like some other casinos, but you can't really see the strip. They're like, damn. Then I said, then they next questions are like, okay, so what else do you have there? And then you start saying restaurant, game room, fitness center, all this stuff is there, the rock waterfalls, and eating places, things like this. All of a sudden they're like, oh, I got my kids with me. This is perfect. I don't care about staying there. Oh, but hold on. It's like 3-4 miles from the strip. But don't worry, we have a shuttle if you want to get down there. Don't worry, it comes for free. So they're just like, oh, I'll stay down there. No problem. We have all that stuff. Yes, you have all that. Multiple pools, barbecue grills. So people will stay there and they will spend money. So again, charge just as much as somebody staying, well, a little less than somebody staying on the strip, right? So not much though. You're not taking a big hit. It's not like a half or a third. It's just like 20, 30 bucks less, just to give you an idea. So these are the little things in real estate, and I'll probably should do a video on it. But there's several ways that you market things where people feel comfortable. Because if at Larimar, we're running into a situation which could be similar to Vista Cana now. Now I'm like, damn, I should have just stayed at Vista Cana. But nonetheless, the thing is, if somebody has to pay for amenities, then that means how much can I charge them on my side? So this is why it matters so much. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Let's see what else we got. Hold on. I missed some, I see. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see here. Oh, are you getting? Let's see here. Yes, Victor Marrero in contract. We have to, because it's not in the contract right now. Victor Marrero, one thing is price guarantee not to ever increase. Yes, we talked about that. Yes, I like cruise on land. I'll be inquiring soon. Vanessa Comagate, exactly. I am confused. Why will you not want the renters to pay for a fee like a resort fee? Margaritaville renters pay a daily resort fee. Why should I pay for those fees as the owner? What am I missing? Oh no, Victor Marrero. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is this. I don't want fees, is what I'm trying to say. Hotels all have resort fees now. I don't even know of any hotel that doesn't. Even if you're in Vegas, their resort fees cost more than the rooms now. It's crazy. They got $40, $50, $70 resort fees. It's ridiculous. No, you can't bypass normal resort fees. But in the HOA environment, you own in condos. I've never had to pay for fees to use our tennis courts, basketball courts, parks, and barbecue grills and fitness rooms and stuff like that. It's always been included. So this is like new to me. Or one of my places I lived, I had HOA, but then they had a complex that had a pool, game room, and a whole bunch of other rooms, fitness center, lap pool, regular pool, kids pool, barbecue grills, heaters outside, fire pits, and all that. $65 a year for the house. They did that. So I agree, I can agree with that. That was cool. But if you own an HOA place that's supposed to be a condominium or a home project, And the next thing I know, they're telling me, hey, Eric, every time you and your guests go through here, you're going to have to pay. And I'm paying HOAs. I'm paying $2 a square meter at Larimar. So this isn't like a hotel. At least it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a condo, a home. So everybody that owns a villa back there, they're going to have to, every time they want to go to use the facilities, they got to pay. That's crazy. I can be anywhere. That's the point. And I'm renting specifically. I'm trying to have it where my guests get to come in. I don't have to worry about them paying anything extra. And the reason why this matters is because ultimately I get to charge more. Because remember, we're not Margaritaville. Margaritaville they have a brand. They're different, right? They get to charge resort fees because they're a hotel too. So we will see what happens. But no. I don't want them paying fees at all. Now, Victor Morel brings up something very good, though, because Margaritaville is a high-end resort all over the world. Larimar could be in that same ballpark. So there could be something to what he's saying. If you expand my mind a little bit, there could be something because then you're telling people, oh, you got to pay. But here's my problem. I don't want to even be in that ballpark because I've been spoiled all my time that I've done rentals. Because when my people rent my stuff, I don't have resort fees. They don't pay anything extra. They just roll in, sign in at the front desk, and then everything is there. Basketball courts, racquetball courts, fitness rooms, everything. So I've never had to do this at any time. So this is why I have a different point of view. Never, ever, because I do condo hotels. So even when you stay at the on the Strip in Las Vegas, the Jockey Club, if you sit on one side of the building, you have views to the fountains at the Bellagio. If you're on the other side of the building, you have views to nothing. So you always get the one on the side of the Bellagio, right? But here's the thing. They share the same elevator. So I jump in the elevator at the Jockey Club. It shares, it's next to the Cosmopolitan. I jump out of the Cosmopolitan, and guess what? The pool area that overlooks the Strip, that has the pool tables, the freaking flat screen TVs all over the place, the cabanas, the bar, all of that, I don't have to pay a dime. But what's funny is somebody off the street does, or you can't even go up there, actually. But I can't go to the other pool upstairs on the other side of the Cosmopolitan. I can go to the other one, but it's included. So whenever I have guests stay at the Jockey Club, they don't have to pay extra fees. So I get to tell them, oh man, you get to use the that pool that's up by the Strip that has the cabanas, the bars, the TVs, all this stuff in there, game rooms, place a little pool. And that's what's cool about it. So when you start telling somebody, oh yeah, you're going to have to pay an extra $50 per night. Okay, they might pay it because your place is cool. But then that's going to take away from my rental value, I feel, a little bit. So we'll see how this all plays out. I still don't want my guests paying. I'm just spoiled like that. So we will see. You're not missing anything, Victor Morel, because at Margaritaville, they charge fees. So your guests are paying those. But the question, what I want to know is at Margaritaville, if you go there, does your guests have to pay for the usage of the fitness center, I don't even know what's at Margaritaville, the tennis courts, the basketball courts, the whatever, fitness room, or are you saying they're paying the fees so it already includes those? See, but you're paying HOAs too, right? So again, I have a problem with it, but not everybody does. So some other people may say, oh, Eric, what are you tripping about? Because I'm used to paying fees. I'm used to doing that. I'm like, I'm not used to doing that. All right. George's Charles and Vanessa Comagate, do you have an agent already for Cruise on Land? If not, let me know. Yeah, she has Herzl's number. So she has the direct source. Victor Marrero, wait, Victor, so the renters don't use the amenities at Margaritaville? Airbnb renters have to pay for use of amenities. It's not included? Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to know. Margaritaville is a little different. At George's Charles, that's great. Having that in the contract is too risky, as in thousands of dollars riskier. Good for you. Yep, good for you. Exactly. It has to be in there. Vanessa Cummigated, George's Charles. No, sir, I haven't reached out to them yet. No, she doesn't have anybody, but she has the one that matters. She has Herzl's info. But anyhow, Victor Morel, George Shaw. Yes, the renters use all the Margaritaville amenities, but they get charged a daily resort fee. This is common practice with Orlando resorts. That's what I would expect in Punta Cana. Yeah, see, Victor Morel's from a different aspect. But I'm going to tell you something right now. So, okay, Victor Morel, Sheraton Villages, Sheraton Vistana, Westgate. Westgate Town Center has the water park. As an owner, guess what? People don't have resort fees. When they rent my unit, they get the number of passes for the unit. So if it's a 2-bedroom unit that sleeps 6, they get up to 6 passes. They don't have to pay. And they have a water park. It's all included, no resort fee. But if somebody rents from the resort directly, you are correct. They're going to have to pay a resort fee. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. If I'm paying HOAs, why am I paying resort fees for me or my guests? So that's where I'm coming from. So Westgate Lakes, paddle boards. They have swan paddle boats. They have a game room, ping pong, water rafting, and all this stuff that you can go out in the water, all included. No resort fee, no nothing. So that's all I'm saying. I'm spoiled. I got all these things where people just get to go. They don't have to pay resort fees. They don't pay anything. Margaritaville's all inclusive, though, I think, isn't it? So that's why it might be a little different. I think they're all inclusive, so that matters. At George's Charles, the resort fee is for the maintenance of those amenities. Otherwise, that cost will be passed to the owners. The HOA has nothing to do with it. This is for the upkeep of common areas. See, that is interesting. But I want to know this. Is Margaritaville all-inclusive, though? Well, what am I asking? I know Margaritaville is all-inclusive, but how does it work at Orlando? Because there's two different things going on. It's like Hard Rock, or Hard Rock, Malia, all those are all-inclusive. So a person won't be able to just go in and use those facilities no matter which all-inclusive spot a person has if they have condos. So they're going to have to pay fees. I would think. That's the one I'm saying. There's a difference. So let me know if Margaritaville is all-inclusive. At George's Charles, the resort fee is for the maintenance. So we'll find out. Victor Morero, okay, so the tenants know they have to pay extra for the amenities. Does that not affect how much you can charge? So it's like Cana Rock. Yeah, pretty much. Except Cana Rock costs more. I'm pretty sure the resort fees aren't $100 a person per day. I'm pretty sure that it can't be. Well, I guess I shouldn't say can't be. It could be because I think they're all inclusive as well at Margaritaville. At George's Charles, yes, they see the fee on the bill. However, as owners, we have asked the management company to hide those fees, i.e. just add it to the total nightly rate. Better experience. Victor Morel has it exactly right. Exactly right. So if your total cost includes the fee, then that is cool. Victor Morel, do you happen to know what the fee is, though? I'm curious. And let me know at Margaritaville, do they have, it's all inclusive, isn't it? Or do you have a choice to pick between all inclusive and or not? Like you would at a all inclusive in Mexico, where you can have a different wristband if you don't want to be on the all inclusive. But he's got that right. Better experience. That is the key right there. When people check out, they don't want to see something that says, oh, yeah, I paid $500 per night, but wait, my bill was, I stayed here 4 nights. My bill's $2,000 plus tax. Why does this thing say $2,700? No. You want it to say $2,700, and you want to know up front $2,700. All right, here we are. Little families in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Eric Maines makes a good point. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, it only has a deal because I've always done condo hotels where nobody has to pay. So like right now, when somebody goes to people just stayed at Ridge Tahoe. I split up a unit. You got 2 1-bedroom units, and it's cool. So they got to use the shuttle. that came to pick them up. The shuttle would take them to the ski lifts, no cost. The shuttle takes them up to the clubhouse, no cost. The clubhouse has pool tables, restaurant, bars, delis, spa, fitness center, racquetball court, basketball court, tennis court. So, and mini mart and whatever else. But the point is, all of that was included. And I charged them a pretty penny. So that's the difference for me. I'm like, it's all included. Now, a person that called up the hotel and stays with them, they have to pay a resort fee. Two different things going on. And because of that, the hotel has to charge people a hell of a lot more money. So now when people see my fee, they're just like, oh, I would have had to pay $6.99 a night. I don't mind paying $4.99 a night. That's the beauty of it. So I don't care that Larimar is going to charge resort fees to somebody that's staying, but they don't have a hotel. At least not on the property, except out front. So those out front hotels, they can charge resort fees all they want to. But I understand Victor Morell's point. He's saying, I don't want to pay the extra. We're getting confused with the purpose and responsibilities of HOA versus resort fees. Think about it. Who pays for the bartender at the pool? That's not the HOA. Victor Morero, I'm trying to tell you. Share it. All the properties that we own that are condo hotels. If you're an owner, we don't do like Margaritaville. Owners don't pay, and guests of owners don't pay for resort fees. Guests of the resort pay resort fees. Owners don't. So just like in Vegas, we don't pay resort fees. So I stay at Cosmopolitan. I stay at Desert Club. I stay at Desert Blue. I stay at Grandview. We don't pay fees because we have an HOA. So we get to use all the facilities, no fees. But if somebody books direct, unfortunately, they're going to have to pay fees. So I'm not in your same camp. I'm just like, I've never had to deal with paying fees whenever I've stayed at properties that are affiliated with condo hotels. So that's the whole thing right there. So that's why on my eyes, if I'm renting, I've never had renters pay resort fees. Now, if we're staying at a place that has the spa, of course you're going to pay fees. Same thing, just like in Napa. If you're going to stay at Vino Bello or Meritage, you're going to pay a resort fee. But if me or any of my guests stay there, we don't pay resort fees, but we still have full access to everything. Full use, not access, because in America, access means use. Now I have to do Punta Cana. What do me and my guests have use of? I don't care about that word access that you guys talk about. Access in Punta Cana means I get to come up and look, and I might not be able to get through. So I got to go, what can I use in Punta Cana now without paying extra? So, but that's where I come from. I've never had to pay resort fees, unless, of course, I book directly with a hotel, and it's just how it goes. All right. So Victor Morero, at the places I'm referring to, condo, hotel, timeshare type environments, owners don't pay resort fees, and guests don't pay resort fees. So that's what I'm saying. That's where I come from at Margaritaville and at Cana Rock and now Vista Cana and potentially Larimar. Guests might have to pay resort fees, and I don't know if owners are going to have to pay resort fees, which is another thing. Do owners have to pay resort fees if you stay at Margaritaville in your own unit? That's what I want to know. When are we all meeting up in DR? All right, Miracle Bro, you have to go to SSN Lifestyle. It's over there. It's April 12th through the 16th. That's where it's at. Got to get your tickets there, man. Just so you know, Obsidian Lion, the Code Keepers in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for being a member, and he's here in the house. Very, very nice to see you once again. Jawway J is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he says, good evening, SSN Nation. Got the notification. We're up to 6 people, ladies and gentlemen. So can we get some more people to chime in? Can we break the record tonight? Obsidian Lion, the Code Keeper. Very, very nice to see you once again, my man. Hello, Jay. He says to Jawway J, All right. HOA is for grass cutting, street lights, roads, pressure washer, unit, gate guards. No, Margaritaville is not all inclusive. You don't pay for amenities, but you do pay for the food and alcohol. Right. So that's what I'm saying. At Margaritaville, the HOA only includes those things. But at my places, when we pay our maintenance fees and HOA fees, it includes everything. Margaritaville, that's their choice. Guests who stay there and off the street and say, hey, I want a room tonight, they pay resort fees, but that has nothing to do with me. And that's how I feel should be, because that means people off the street, they come in and pay the fees. That's why I like open to the public. That's how it's supposed to be in my eyes. So it's open to the public. Margaritaville is open to the public, but they don't have it where the public rents and pays from non-owner units, I guess. I don't know how it works, but all I'm saying is I've never had to deal with that. And like I say, I get to charge a pretty penny. So when somebody stays at the Ridge Tahoe, for instance, and because it's high season, it's ski season, and they're charging $700 a night after tax, after resort fee, and now I get to charge $500 at $499, $500 a night, because they don't pay any fees. So the resort or the place is actually making it better for me because they charge those resort fees to the general public. So I get to rent way more than I should be able to rent. Way, way more. And I'm loving every bit of it. Somebody has to stay 4 nights, they got to spend like 3 G's. I'm loving every bit of it. Or you can stay with me and spend like 2 G's, but you add on the Airbnb fee, so they got to spend like 23, 2,400. But that's a big difference. And that amount is way over what the cost is for me. So I'm loving life. But that's what I love about it. That's why I don't want to hear fees about nothing. No fees, 0 fees. I don't want to hear it. But I understand your point, Victor Morel, because traditionally, for me, HOAs include everything. And so that's where we have our difference, because at Margaritaville, they don't, apparently. So even if you rent, they charge the guest fees and it's included in the rental value. So they get their, I don't know how much it costs, $500 or $600 per night. I know you make decent profit. Good evening, little fam. Says it once again. Good conversation listening. Margaritaville. Oh, by the way, Margaritaville is not all inclusive. I see what you're saying, but my point is that there's a cost to running the amenities and the labor force to manage them. I know, Victor Morel. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is all over Orlando, you know, the ones I just mentioned, you know those names. Orange Lake Resort, you know that. The Westgate properties are right off of 4, so you know those. Those have lakes. Those have restaurants. Those have bars. They have, like I said, Westgate Town Center has a full-blown water park. And my guests get to use the water park for free. It's no extra fees. I don't have to pay extra for nothing. So that's what I'm used to. Now at Margaritaville, you guys are used to your guests paying the extra fees, which bumps up the price. But Margaritaville has high demand, so it works out perfectly for you guys. But I understand. But that's also, this is one of the reasons why I was sitting here telling you guys amenities matter. So that's why if something comes up, so for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. So people who own it, Panoramas, perfect example. If you own it, Panorama, Pueblo, Calabino, Urbe Vista, you own it these. You have restaurant, fitness center, yogas, cafe, restaurants, pools, child's area, soccer field, amphitheater. That's at Panorama Park and Gardens, for instance. All that. So now, if my guests don't have to go to the sports center because we have the fitness place, we have the yoga place, we even have a soccer. Well, we don't know yet if it's going to be a soccer field, amphitheater, whatever it's going to be, but we have this green grass area. Then you have all the pools, you have a restaurant, and you have a game room, you have everything in sight that you can use the other places. Now there's no resort fee. You don't have to pay anything extra. So now the guest doesn't have to, if the sports complex more than likely is going to cost, we bypass that. So now, are you going to be able to charge more when you have amenities already at your spot? Yes, you should. That's why it matters to me in the Punta Cana, because I want it to where I can sit there and say, hey, that's what I thought Larimar was. Now, cruise on land is a different story. Everything's included. It's in the contracts. That changes the ball game. And that also means, well, they're 1A, 1B right now. But like I said, Larimar could be slipping. But this is why when Vista Cana said we're not going to be open to the public, this is exactly the reason why I said, now who's going to shoulder all the cost? The public should pay for those extra things too. So I want the public to come in and use the services and pay the fees so the HOAs stay low. That's what I like. And I don't like homeowners paying HOAs and all we got is grass cutting and landscaping and doing the pools. I'm not very happy with that. But like I say, Margaritaville, they're upscale, they get their money, so they're good. But I'm never happy with that scenario. There's two ways to look at it. So like right now we have the situation, Vista Cana, Cana Rock, and other resorts. Even Larimar could be included here shortly. Always love hearing you. Obsidian Line, the code keeper. Thank you so much, man. No, we as owners don't pay for any resort fees. We use all the amenities, except that we do pay for food and alcohol. That's standard. Yeah. You should always have to pay for food and alcohol. I agree. Nobody should ever eat for free. That's a cost for everybody. There's no way around that. We also pay for a cleaning fee if I use my unit. Yeah, because you're in rotation and it's standard, you would have to clean it up anyhow. So that's understandable too. That's understandable. But here's the beauty. Like I say, when I told you guys that I do the timeshare condo hotel concept, this is one of the reasons right here. Once again, my guests, no cleaning fee. I don't have to pay for a cleaning fee. Then Wyndham all of a sudden said, oh, hold on now. If you have X amount of rentals per year, then you start paying for housekeeping fees. But generally, it matched however many points you have, that matched your housekeeping credits. So they're one of the places that kind of did it. Wyndham Properties started some nonsense. Diamond Properties started doing some crazy stuff too, where they started saying if you do 3 nights, 4 nights instead of 7, we won't do housekeeping, or we'll charge you a fee for housekeeping. I can't remember which one, but things kind of got crazy because housekeeping is a thing. Every time somebody leaves, you have to have a full cleaning crew in there. So it's understandable that they might do that. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure there's a property or two of even the condo hotels that charge a fee if you're an owner. I can't remember which one if you stay less than 7 nights. Wow, boss, you've got a nice setup at your resort. Vanessa Comagate, thank you. That's because they're timeshare condo hotels. You have all 3 combos. So that's how I look at how a place should be structured. And that's why I was excited how Vista Cana was, because when they had their hotel up front, that was signaling. And at the time I was thinking, okay, hotel, they're going to rent. They'll tell people, hey, we have a condo here or a villa here. And they were going to allow people into the complex. And then those people would come in and pay. So resort fee at the hotel makes sense. So they're paying for the extra services. But what Vista Cana did, they reversed it. They said, we're making it a third party. All the Vista Cana Beach Club, the sports complex, apparently, and the golf course, those are third parties. We're not paying for the upkeep on that. So obviously the people that are there are going to have to charge. And guess who they're charging? Homeowners and guests of homeowners. That's the little thing right there. So we'll see how this all plays up in the long run. Who knows? There might be 13 million visitors to the Dominican Republic in about 2 to 3 short years. And half of those people are going to be going to Punta Cana. So you'll have the demand And therefore, it won't matter because people won't have a great place to stay other than paying for all-inclusives. And now it'll be a situation where how much do all-inclusives cost versus how much does a person with the condo or villa charge. And so there's where the competition comes in. It'll be very, very interesting. But we all going to win because we got cheap prices, ladies and gentlemen. Jawway J, hello, the code keeper, showing some love. Hey, boss, thought you were doing something in 2024. Time goes by quick. Yes, 2023, April 12th through the 16th, Punta Cana. Yes, in 2024, we'll be doing something next year as well. All right, we'll have a small group for the first event for SSN Lifestyle, but it's okay. Miracle Bro, how would you invest 1 million? What are we talking about here? Are okay. So hold on. We actually had something about this just the other night. Victor Marrero put up a beautiful post about it. A certain percentage in the stocks and to put it a certain way. All right. So when you start talking about $1 million, that opens up a whole can of worms. All right. Pretty simply, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're talking about 1 million liquid, well, then you better be going to buy something for $250,000 using that and going to buy yourself some multifamily something. So this way you always have cash flow coming in for life. That's your first maneuver. You keep the other 750, right? So my point of view is that you go get yourself some property, whether it's you can get a $2 million property. I don't care. It's $500,000 gone. But whatever you buy, it's not going to be rehab. It's not going to be nothing. It's a set it and forget it pretty much. You looked it over, a property, you care, it's coming in $200,000 a year, $150,000 a year of profit. Just to give you an idea, on a $2 million property, you got to put down, well, $400,000, but I always say $500,000. So $500,000, and you have $500,000 left over. So you know where that's going. Some of that's going into the dividend fund. Some of that's going to an ETF. And we still got change left over. Let's just say we have $100,000 just to keep in a duffel bag of cash. All right. That's pretty much it, man. So that way you don't have to do anything ever. And this is one of my little pet peeves with these agents for sports, where the kids are coming out and the agents are getting these kids contracts. And some of these guys are 18 years old, 19 years old, 20, 21, 22. They get contracts and the agent doesn't set them up for success for the rest of their lives because you don't know how long you're going to be in the league. So these guys are getting $6 million contract. I'm not going to go first top 10 guys. They get like 30 million, 25 million. But I'm talking about the guys after the top 10. So these guys have like 3-year contracts worth like 10 million, 3-year contracts worth like 4 million. These guys could take $1 million and do exactly what I just said. So there's no reason for these guys, when they are busted out of the league early or anything happens, these guys are all set. They don't have nothing to worry about. So each year that they get their money, they should be doing the same damn thing because they don't need the money. They already have a place to live. You can do that easily, and you have money coming in that pays for the place you live. So, but they don't do that for some strange reason. This is one of the things that irritates me. It almost made me become an agent because of it, but I didn't. But that's one of the things. It's not that hard if you actually have the 1 million. So that would be my thing. I like your setup at Westlake, Orlando. The bottom line question for Punta Cana is, what are my fees as owner and what fees can be transferred to the renters? Yeah, that's the thing right there. Because it's not Margaritaville. That's my problem. So Victor Marrero, Margaritaville, you have an advantage because people show up at the front desk and they have a fee situation. Here's the thing that's going to happen at places like Vista Cana or whatever. How you can't prepay the fee. So if somebody, and I don't know if they're going to want to go to the fitness center. I don't know if they want to go to the Vista Cana Beach Club. So I can't I can't even charge them up front when they come. That's what I'm saying. I can't add it. So when they get there, they go, okay, I paid Eric $400 per night. Now that I'm here, I walk up to the Vista Cana Beach Club and they're going, do you have a pass, sir? And they're looking at me. They're going to call me up and say, hey, Eric, man, they told me it's $40 per person to come over here every day. We got 4 people with this. That's $160. I'm like, well, I don't want to set that up is what I'm saying. So that's where I'm going with this. I'm like, hold on, because if you start doing this, I can't charge. And the other thing is, let's say they don't use it. That's fine. But let's say I charge them that and then they go use it and then they find out. Now I'm going to have this review situation where people are going to go, oh, he didn't tell me about, I got to pay. And I had 4 people with me and it's going to cost me $160 per day. I'm just like, oh, and that was just for me to go to the sports complex. But guess what? When I wanted to go over here to this other section to go work out, they wanted to charge me another fee. And when I wanted to go over here to the pool section or wherever else they got the fees from, I had to pay some more. That's not going to work very well for our setup in Punta Cana. As far as I'm concerned, I just can't see it. I just can't see it because I'm not going to prepay. I'm not going to pay on the come because I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, that would entail me to go, hey, are you going to go to the sports complex? Or are you going to go work out? You're going to go to the gym? And I'm like, and I don't really want to pay their fee. And I don't think they're going to want me to tell them it's going to be an extra $160 per day. It starts getting dicey, especially when you start doing per person fees. If it's a one-time fee like a hotel where they go, oh, yeah, you're staying here and it's $40 resort fee every night, then that's a lot easier thing to deal with. But if you start telling me, oh, over here, the sports complex is an extra, whatever, $20 per day, and over here, it's another $10 per day. Oh, and by the way, we have a beach club, but it's going to cost you $10 per person to go use the transportation to get to the beach club. And then when you get to the beach club, is it cost there also? Now all of a sudden, that's not really an amenity. We got all kind of issues. I don't even want to be in that ball game because I just can't. I can't wrap my head around that personally. Maybe other people can, but for me, I can't do it. I can't do that at all. Oh, you have timeshares, genius. That's cool. They let you rent them out. Yes, Vanessa Comagate. Exactly. Just like you're in LA, you're over there in Anaheim, Peacock Suites. That's one. You're over there in Anaheim, Dolphins Cove. That's 2. Right. Less than 15-minute walk to Disneyland. And they have the transportation outside the front door. And the transportation used to be free, but they now charge $3.50 per person, which is a fee. But because they get a great deal, they don't pay for anything else. The pools, the gaming, they have the paddle board, the game room, all that is included. So they don't mind spending $3.50, or I don't know how much it costs now. I think it's $3.50 per person. So they don't mind. Instead of walking, they could walk. They'll still be there in less than 15 minutes, or they'll get on the shuttle. Usually, well, it's right around the corner or right out the front. And so they love life because parking at Disney costs more than what it would cost for a family of 4 to ride on the shuttle round trip. That's how crazy Disney is in Anaheim. Crazy. People spending $40 to park and crazy nonsense. $40-$50 is crazy. But that's it. Yep. I like your setup, Westlake. Oh, yep, exactly. The cleaning fee I have to pay as owner is $175. Yeah. It don't matter how many nights. I hear you. This is like at Vino Bello. You have a choice. You have a choice of housekeeping during the week. You'll pay a fee. If you don't want housekeeping at all, you pay no fee. And then on checkout, though, because it is, again, condo, hotel, timeshare, you don't pay on checkout any fees. So you have a choice there, which is what I actually liked. People stay 7 nights. I would love if all places said, hey, do you want I don't mind them charging, where they would say, hey, do you want housekeeping? It's going to cost you 100 and let's say 75. And then if you don't, then you don't pay anything. And then when you check out, you're done. You don't pay anything. But yeah, that's standard. That's kind of standard issue though, Victor Marrero. If you're an owner, but I guess it would be. But like I say, if I stay at any of the condo, hotel, timeshare places, I don't pay a fee, period. Zero fees. That's the thing. Same price. Yep. However, if you want daily cleaning, then I pay 20 per day. Yeah, exactly. I like an option. This is just Margaritaville. Yeah, like I was saying, Vino Bello has that same thing. They ask you if you want housekeeping, then they'll charge you a fee. But you can opt out and not have any housekeeping during your stay, and they won't charge anything. And then when you check out, there's no charge. That's why it's beautiful. All right, a miracle bro. Walk into a bank and negotiate interest rate. Anything less than 3%, 30K a year is unacceptable. Um, I would sit on it right now and invest part of the interest rate. 3%. You mean anything more than 3%? Is that what you're saying? 30K a year. Yeah. Like I say, I would. Victor Marrero thinks slightly different than I do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can go that route, but I go with the route of trying to get money coming in the door. So you got your passive side always coming. You don't have to worry about it for the rest of your life. The 3%, we know, Victor, you know what happens with 3%? We're losing. It's a negative. Inflation is, well, if I go by government numbers, 6.2 or 6.4% year over year. So I'm actually losing buying power if I'm going to let it sit somewhere like that. So, and we know inflation is really 10%. It's double digits, 10, 12%. So we're missing out on a lot of buying power without getting the return. So I'd rather have the return at 10, 12, 14%. And then I'll use the other return, taking that JEPI, JEPI at 12%. So why am I going to take 3? And JEPI's a Fed bank, so we know we're getting that all the time. So all I'm saying, that's the route I would go. Nothing wrong either way, though. Conservative versus he's only in his 20s, Victor Marrero. I agree. See how this can be an issue. I am meeting with operations and management company next time I go to DR. Everything must be crystal clear for all scenarios. Exactly. Exactly. These are both great answers. Miracle Bro, thank you so much. Yeah, it all depends. There's a school of thought two ways. One is conservative, and then one is based on your age, being a little more aggressive. So I went with being a little more aggressive. That's all I'm saying. Because let's just face facts. There's certain things that's going to cost more in the future, and one of them is real estate. Whether it's multifamily or whether it's just regular residential, it's going to cost more. So now, if you have that type of money to spend, you better get it now, and get the one that's going to give you return on your investment to cover your loan, plus extra that goes in your pocket and pays where you live. So then you too will be like me at 20 something and have freaking over 60 some outfits and partying all the damn time and losing your mind because your friends can't hang out with you because they have a job. So, I mean, but you don't want to go that route. But all I'm trying to say is you want passive income sooner the better, because like Victor Marrero knows, he retired, I believe it was Georgia, and he has a rental property. So therefore, he's been having that passive income coming in for a long time. And then he made his next greatest move with the Margaritaville property, bought it at pre-construction, $300,000 total, including his furniture, a little under. And now he's in 5 figures, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,000 in that range every month in profits. That's awesome. And that's where you want to be. And it only took 3 short years. And now luckily we have another cycle where you can get something now, and in 3 short years, you too could be on that train. Maybe not as much as Victor Marrero, because that's a 5-star resort. People actually love Margaritaville and stay at Margaritaville only. So you have repeat customers and people come back. It's massive. And so this is where you want to set yourself up like that. So then down the line, you never pretty much have to worry if money's going to come in the door. All right. And the sooner you can do that, the better. And most people have to have a job, and they don't get they're not fortunate enough to set themselves up in their 20s because you don't make enough in your 20s to set yourself up. The extra disposable income isn't fast enough. It's not like most people who are like 25 and make $250,000 a year. You have to be in a specialty situation, Silicon Valley or New York. And, you got to be in a certain situation to do that. But if you have that type of leverage at the moment, you should be making that money work for you. All right. Just saying. All right. $40 for parking at Disney. Are you kidding me? I think you're 2 years behind. It was 65 last time I went. It's probably more now with inflation. It's armed robbery. Yeah, I don't know about Disney or World. I was talking about Anaheim, but it's probably the same in Anaheim, because last time people, basically all I get is feedback. When people send me a message, they would say things like, how much is parking at the resort? And so then when I say one car is free, the second car is like 25 or 35 a night, then they would say, oh, that's better than Disney parking every day. Or somebody will say, hey, I'm bringing my car. How much is it? Oh, first car free if you only have one car. Then they would say, hey, what about getting down to Disneyland? And then they would tell me, oh, that's better than paying. I'll take the shuttle then, because if it's only going to cost us like $15 a day round trip, it costs like $40 or $50 at parking. So I don't know what the actual fee is, because I've never parked. I always stay at Dolphins Cove or Peacock Suites. So that's how we do it. FYI, off subject, Fingernails to Go marked the unit down to 1995 euro. Yeah, that's very, very good. But as you know, our ship sailed with Fingernails to Go even at 2000, because we don't have a setup like you, Seamless Genius, at the mall. Once we started realizing that handheld unit, damn, what a damn shame. Because we actually have to get customers to it. Even if we put it in a store, like those stores that were with Fingernails to Go or that other company, competing company. So it's no surprise once people realize, once again, when we have products and services, we have to have supply and demand. If we don't have supply and demand, we got issues. So that Fingernails to Go, we would now have to have a place for it, where we're going to have women or men coming in to find out where their nails are. And that put us on a whole different road, because that other unit was the one that was supposed to be set up in the mall, and it was supposed to be passive, where people can come by and do what they have to do. All I have to do is kind of push people over there. And then once people find out about it, but then what mall are you going to be in? And the mall's charging me $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 per year. So it kind of went off the rails. I've got to figure something out for this. Vanessa Comagate, you can, because you have that Beauty LLC, and you have the kiosk that already does along that line in the Beauty. But I don't know, you were saying they won't allow that in the kiosk out front because of the chemicals. But yeah, this is no surprise. I kind of figured that everybody who was anxiously waiting and trying to do it, when they did that $30,000 pop for the unit, all of a sudden that cleared the field. And then when they started saying, oh, you can only be in these malls and all this craziness, we're like, malls? Who wants to be in a mall? In reality, you want to be in a high profile location. I don't really care about the mall. The mall would be good if it had a lot of people, but we need something for demand. So is it a risk? Yes, 30,000 is high risk for something that you don't know if it's going to work. So now the handheld, again, we don't know how to set that up. Seamless Genius, you might come up with something, and you did come up with something. But again, I don't know if that kiosk is going to work in the center of a mall, and they're going to allow you to do nails when they have nail salons usually in a store. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And then, so what does that mean? The unit is cheaper? Yes, Victor Moreau. It came out $4,500 or $5,000. So basically, it's half price. No shocker, because most people can't just take this Fingernails to Go machine, walk off, and be in business, because you can't leave it anywhere. You need to have customers. So now I need a pseudo person that does nails, so they can take it to their people, their customers, that they're going to go do, traveling nail salon or something. So it changes the whole thing. It will only work in a high profile area like Disney. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it that way too. I'm thinking like even resort type things, but then I was like, well, wait a minute. It's going to be very interesting. I need a location, and it has to be a high profile location. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Yes, Victor, this is the price for the countertop unit. Yep. Like I say, half price because they came out and it was $5,000. And then they had that special that time for 2,500 for I can't remember what it was, but now that's half price. $2,000 is unheard of. But again, I'm not shocked by this because people after it came out were excited, but then you realize, wait a minute, my placement isn't as easy as I thought it would be. And how do I get people to that? And then I have to man it. Somebody has to be there. You can't, how are you going to collect the money? The machine doesn't collect money for you. So now I have to have it, people paying. That means they're going to have some sort of MasterCard, Visa on their phone or swipe or something has to be there. So that changed the whole game. Once in reality, when you start saying, I'm going to set it here, then it's like, oh, wait, I got to have somebody work there. So that means I got to pay somebody. So now we have a little problem, Houston. So we'll see how it works. But Vanessa Comagate, you came up with something that was very interesting initially when you said you were going to go to the beauty schools, and then you were going to pretty much put it in the kiosk. But then I can't remember. I think the mall said probably you can't do it due to the fumes or something, probably. So that kind of nixed it. Yes, it was originally 4K. Then they offered it for 2,500. So it's about location. Yep. Definitely about location. But I had a feeling that hardly anybody was going to get this because it presents a problem. I can't just put this anywhere. We have fumes coming off this, I'm assuming. So I have to, I just can't open it up anywhere. So again, it ends up, it's starting to be more of a hassle to figure out where to put it. And then I have to worry about, am I even going to have the customers? So we have, and I got to hire somebody. So it's much more, it's not a set it and forget it type of thing. So somebody might be able to figure out what to do with it, but it won't be me at this point. I thought we were going to have that as a ring of fire, but then that entails hiring people. And I'm not really a fan of having to worry about if somebody doesn't show up for work, somebody comes in late and they have no vested interest other than their paycheck. I'm not like that right now. I'm not down for that. All right. Yes, it seemed to be time consuming to do the schools. I like it. Set it and forget it biz. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. I'm the same way. That's why ultimately I had to take it to the side because there was no easy route. If we don't have the $30,000 set up, then the handheld unit is a harder route altogether. At least if you just had to set it and forget it, you would go, okay, where's the highest location, the highest traffic location that I can get into that would seemingly be perfect for the demand? Then I can take a chance, but I'm not taking a chance with 30,000. That's crazy. That's high risk. Too high risk, actually, especially when we're talking about malls or a location where I'm going to need it to be. Now, like you said, if I know it's in Disney, SeaWorld, Universal, okay, but they're going to charge me an arm and a leg to put it out there. So that's the other thing. So either way, it's not a good winning combination. Because remember, we're only charging $15, $20 a nail, maybe $25, $30. But now it changes things. If some location is going to charge me $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month, that changes our whole ball game. All right. Yep, exactly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how long we've been going, but it's been a great subject matter, the secret to success and happiness. But is it really a secret? We've talked about a lot tonight, and it's been nothing but sterling addition here. Thank you all for the comments. But hey, smash that like button. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell. All right. And as you guys know, we always have to play something, right? Let me see. I got to play a little something here. Let's do this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we do it. Anytime, any place, anywhere, be anywhere on the planet. That's always a fun time. Actually, the only place I haven't been is like Africa, pretty much Middle East, Africa. I've never been. Um, but I don't even know. I've never even actually wanted to go there, quite frankly. But it's beautiful, they say. So we will see. Maybe one of these days I'll have a bug to go there. But I have other fish to fry right now. I have to go to Middle East. I always wanted to go see the pyramids. I haven't been there yet. And I would have went the time that I was on in Europe the last, except they had that freaking problem with Egypt acting crazy. People were acting crazy. So I was like, it's safer for me not to go this time. But I wish I would have. I probably should have went, because that's like one of the last places I want to see. All right. Miracle Bro says, SSN Nation, so glad I found you. I'm destined to be here learning and absorbing. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that, Miracle Bro. I greatly appreciate that. And hey, the willingness to learn and the willingness to accept information, that alone in itself helps you. And I'm glad you're willing to accept that. So thank you so much for that support and the kind words as well. I appreciate it. You're missing out, boss. Go to the motherland. All right, Vanessa Comagate, I hear you. You are a staunch advocate of the motherland. Let me know, where should I go to the motherland? That's the first question. Where should I go? I don't even know. I have never researched Africa at all. All I ever heard about was South Africa. Never heard about, I mean, I know Nigeria and Laos and all that, but that's Cameroon and people, friends of mine from those places, but I don't know where to stay at. You're missing out. I'm going to Playa del Carmen, Mexico in May to visit friends. Okay, let us know if that train's happening yet. And if you're going to go down to Tulum, Mexico, that was one of the places you were looking at last year. And now you know how much them condos cost now. You could have been on the beach for 130, 150,000. Now you got to be back near the city of Tulum to get that. So let us know. Let's go. Jaway J. Eric, let's go to Ghana. Okay, Ghana seems like I seen some stuff where people have acreage in Ghana and cheap property as well. Again, I don't know anything about the Africa other than, I've seen things on Ghana, Nigeria. I've seen places, Congo, but again, I'm like, why am I going to traipse halfway around the world? That's the way I always look at it. Like when I traipsed to Australia, I was like, Australia, I didn't mind. It makes a difference when you're flying in first class. All right, let's just put it that way. You don't mind the hours going by, just like when I go to Europe and you're in first class, you don't mind. All right, when you're going to, France, Switzerland, all that. Vanessa Comagate, West Africa is very cultural. Ghana is awesome. In Cote the Ivory Coast. Okay, well, maybe I'll search it and check it out, because I've never even thought about going to the motherland, quite frankly. Like I said, not even South Africa. That's supposed to be cool. South Africa is beautiful. It's very cosmopolitan. That's what I heard. My friend, you guys know that Jay, and he used to manage Karen White. Karen White went to South Africa and did a concert there. So he went down there. But I didn't go down there. But people say just what you said, cosmopolitan. They say that's the spot too. But again, I just never felt like I'm in America. So I was like, you know what? I like how America is. I like Europe how it is. I like Australia like it is. I like UK like it is, right? So I just was like, why am I going to go to Africa? And literally, Africa was always seen as a rundown place when in fact it's not, which is I don't understand this. They should show the cities in Africa. And I'm not talking about South Africa. It's beautiful, but I just never had any real interest to go there, quite frankly, for some weird reason. Other than North Africa, like I said, the pyramids. I did want to go there. Haven't went there yet. So that's my last. If there's a bucket list that I have, that's like the last one. Not much more. All right. So there we go, South Africa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably going to wrap this up tonight. We've been on here for about 2 hours. Yep, 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to talk about anything else, we can talk about it, because tonight, the secret to success and happiness, is it really a secret? It's not really a secret. If you love what you do, want to help, and you have a purpose, like Victor Morrell started it off, and you have a passion, and you have a gratitude, all of this, and it's a scientific effect in all the way it looks. 2 different scientific studies says that your inner self, to make yourself happy, that's what you should be thinking about. So I can't be mad at any of that. And let me see here. I'm going to go with, some people might have came in a little bit later. So we're going to pop this back up again. Here we go, right here. The results of all 3 types of studies suggest that happiness leads to behaviors that often lead to further success in work, further success in relationships, and further success in health. So, and that this success from these positive feelings, that's from 2005. But here's the one that I like the best from the scientists, have found that these 3 things that make people most happy are pleasure, doing things you enjoy, engagement, feeling interested in your activities and connected to others. That's major. And meaning, feeling like what you do matters. Again, I started this off talking about when people work at a job, a lot of people will say the money doesn't matter. And why they say that is because of these things right here. They enjoy what they're doing. They're engaged with their coworkers, and they have a meaning, and they like what they're doing, and they feel like it matters. So I'll give you a perfect, and I talked about this before. When I'm doing restaurant equipment, I would go into places. The people would say, hey, I need this little piece or that little piece. Do you have it? I'd go in there. And then you would hear stories like people are saying, I haven't got my paycheck this week. It's been a week now and you haven't paid me. Just talk from bantering from management while I'm doing my thing. And I'm sitting there in my head like, wait, did she or he really just say they haven't gotten paid for a week? And they're saying it's going on another week and they're still working there and haven't gotten paid. And so it comes out, if you really look at it, money's not number one on the list on why somebody works someplace. It's all these things that the scientists have found out. This is why a person will still stay, because they have the camaraderie, they know the people, they have a feeling of like they matter, they have a little purpose, and they are enjoying what they're doing, and they're going to work there, even if they're not getting a check, even if it's detrimental. It's crazy, but this is what happens. This is what happiness looks like, ladies and gentlemen. It comes in all different kind of forms. So that's what's so interesting about the question, because you don't know really what somebody's doing. And to one person, it looks like madness, but to another person, they're like happy as hell. And here goes 7 keys that I really like too myself: gratitude, be present, manage time effectively, set smarter goals, embody an empowering morning routine. Yes, take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen. That's always a thing. Now, does anybody know what MITs are? I don't know. It says tackle the MITs. I don't know what that is. Focus on health and well-being. So that's from 2017. But all of this right here goes with happiness and success. And I can't say any of it's wrong. This all may fit somebody watching this right now or watching this after now. These are ways that you could be happy and successful. But what you don't need to do, because a lot of people get into this thing about I don't make enough money and then they think they're worthless. Or I didn't get this promotion at the job, so I'm worthless. My boss tells me I'm no good and can't do something, I'm worthless. My teacher told me I'll never amount to nothing. So now you go back in and be like, I'll never amount to nothing. This is the type of thing that happens, right? You have depressions and reasons why you can't succeed. But in reality, you always have a choice to succeed. You always have a choice to be happy. It's just that a lot of people may say, well, I'll take this choice, and I know the repercussions is I won't be happy. But maybe go the route of happiness first. Success comes with it. Now you're loving life all the way around. All right. So let's see. That'll be it for that topic, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Oh, Yeah, I know about Victoria Falls. Yes, you are exactly right. That's like one place that I would go see because that place is awesome. I love how it looks on TV, on video. It looks awesome. Eric, Jaway J. Eric, if you ever decide to make Ghana your first stop, if nothing else, just for the experience. Okay. All right. That's cool, Jaway J. I'll remember that. Ghana could be on the list. I don't know where Victoria Falls is, but I'll probably go check that out if I go to the continent. Exactly. Vanessa, I want to visit the Seychelles. Oh, yes. That's in the eastern part of Africa. Yes, yes, yes. Seychelles is beautiful as well. Have to say, we'll be in Ghana in October, Jaway J, and you're welcome. Yes, Jaway J, bring us back some pictures, man. I want to see what this looks like over there now. Yeah, Jaway J, very cool. I love Ghana. There we go. MIT's is most important task. Oh, thank you so much, Jaway J. I didn't know what that meant. Is most important task. Okay. I'm not mad at that. Not mad. Is a critical task that will create the most significant results. Okay. I like that. I like that. Because if you have your own MITs, then that means you're achieving something. So that would make you a little more happier. I like it. Success as well. Zambia is where Victoria Falls is located. Okay. Yeah, Victoria Falls would be a spot. So if I do go to North Africa to see the pyramids, and I'll probably stop down and go check out Victoria Falls. And then maybe there's some place that I saw where the desert meets the ocean in Africa. I couldn't believe it. I don't know where that is, though. It was beautiful. It was freaking beautiful. And Zimbabwe borders the falls as well. Okay. Well, there we go. That's cool. We have something over there. So that means I got to do some plane hopping, which I don't mind doing. Once I'm there, if I'm going to be over there, I like to go to a few places. I don't want to just stay in one spot. So we'll see how it goes when I finally go. And so then I'll have some content for Africa if I go, right? I'll have content no matter where I go. And haven't really went anywhere in like 4 years, as far as I remember. Like I say, a few places. All right. Had a little few fun places. In fact, I guess I should but they're all here, USA, I think. Well, went to DR too, but that's let me go do this, and then we're almost going to cut this off, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get the fun in while you can. Happiness, success, fun. What more can you ask for? And how long can you make it happen? That is the question, right? Can you get 10 years? Can you get 20? Can you get 30? Can you get 40? That's a long time, right? That's the goal, ladies and gentlemen. And you only live once. I hate to say it. You only live once. And what type of life do you want? Success, happiness is all part of it. You don't have to have $1 million. You don't have to have the biggest house. You don't have to have any of that. You don't have to make the most money to be happy. And none of that equates to success as well. So just keep it in perspective. Not everybody is a superstar. Not everybody will achieve superstar status. Not everybody wants to be rich and famous. Not everybody wants to be successful as the way that another person looks at success. And not everybody wants to be happy as the way everybody looks at happiness. So just keep that all in mind, ladies and gentlemen, because your journey, make it a happy one. Make it a successful one. Why not get it all if you can? And if you have failures, Guess what? That's part of success and happiness, because you can't win them all, ladies and gentlemen. But we damn sure going to try, right? We all have failures. Nobody wins them all. They just don't tell you about the failures because it doesn't look good. But I failed many ventures, many things failed. But that doesn't stop me. We still got to keep going because that's what makes me happy. The trying makes me happy. All right. So we will almost end this in a short bit. So make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to become a member with the icon, then please subscribe to that. Become a member. And I would appreciate it. Victor Morel, so many beautiful places around the world, and we're stuck here making the mighty dollar, talking about having no purpose. Victor Morel. Victor Morel. Victor Morel. Hey, man, you're about to retire. You're all good. All right, you're all good. You have some monies coming in. You did the passive income route. You got all the stuff you needed, the stocks, the real estate. You got it all. And you still got another one coming at Connor Rock. So you've done everything you needed to do over the last 20 years, right? So you set yourself up. So you're going to be very happy with the wife, the fam, get to go all over, retired, have money coming in every week, every 2 weeks, however you get your payouts from your real estate and your pension money or whatever it's going to be coming in. So you're going to be loving life. Have nothing to cry about. The only people that have to cry, like I always say, you guys know, I made a Superman video about motivation, right? Here's the one thing that I always feared myself. And the younger I was having so much fun that I was like, what happens if I only live for like 5 years? What happens if something happens, like when I walk down the street and somebody hits me or something? So I was always like, I'm going to go out here and go have some fun. I'm not going to even worry about the rest of the stuff generally. I'm just going to go have some fun, get my stuff, this passive income stuff coming. Let me go out here and do this, because you don't know how long your life expectancy is in reality. Seriously. So I was like, as long as you're conscious, I was like, I'm just going to remember all kind of stuff, but I can't. All right. I'm just going to tell you right now, I could give you guys stories, but I really can't remember them because it was all fun based on that's your life. So you're doing stuff that's every day. That's your life. So you're not looking to use it for Instagram. So there was no social media. So you're not thinking about that. You're just going, having fun. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to see it because we didn't have social media back then. Because I'm saying back then, if they had social media, man, all hell would have broke loose. You have to visit where civilization began, boss. There you go. I agree with you. Victor Morel, not for long, Victor. Exactly. Thanks, boss. Good topic tonight. Thank you so much for your contributions, Vanessa, Gates, Seamless Genius. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much for the topic. I was like, you know what? I have to go a little different this time because we talk about financials. We talk about passive income. We talk about making money, but that's not what makes success and happiness, quite frankly. It's the venture that you're doing that creates the success and happiness. And success and happiness is two different paradigms. So you can't sit there and go, okay, success means I make $1 million. Because once you make the $1 million, then what? Happiness can't be I made $1 million. I'm rich. Okay, then what? It doesn't stop. Those money can't be the thing. Because if you don't achieve what you thought you should achieve, now what? So therefore, success is based on different formulas in reality. Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name, also known as Mr. Financial here in the SSN Nation. So I want to thank you so much, Mr. Financial, for being here. And I'll use one of his parts of his tagline, always be making money, ABMM, ladies and gentlemen. And also, Mr. Financial, he's came into the YouTube streets. He finally joined. He has his own channel. He's had it for a while. We need to get him to 1,000 subscribers. So you got to go check him out at Chili Davis with 2 L's. CHILLY, Chili Davis with 2 L's. Go subscribe. He needs to get to 1,000 so we can get monetized. Show some love over there, ladies and gentlemen, please. All right. I believe we all have purpose here on earth. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. But unfortunately, some get sidetracked. And again, you're making decisions. Remember, you have a conscious decision for whatever you decide to do. So some people, there's steps that everybody has to take. And so again, not everybody, you go to school. Most people go to school. What are you taught in school? To be a robot, to study, to remember stuff, and generally learn nothing. And then when you get out of school, they tell you, oh, but by the way, you should go get a degree, because the people with degrees make hundreds of thousands of dollars more than a person without a degree on average. So then you're like caught up going, okay, I got to study some more, and then I'm going to work somewhere. And then you have other people like Seamless Genius, myself, who say, all right, school's cool, but I got to do my own thing. That's what makes me happy. So it comes to different degrees, just like somebody who's overseas. Well, it could be in America too, but who has arranged marriages, right? So the male or female, both of them are like, oh, I got to marry somebody that I was set for the beginning of my life, and now I got to go marry them. And so can you imagine the anxiety for that? They're not happy, but then all of a sudden they stay with the person, they work it out, and the next thing you know, they're happy. So it all depends on how your outlook is and what you're trying to achieve. All right, Vanessa Comagate, thank you so much again. Good night, fam. Nice to see you again. Seamless Genius in the house, dropping some nuggets, dropping some gems, ladies and gentlemen. And again, smash the like button. If you like what we talked about tonight, please join us on Monday night, because we're going to have another live stream. And subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. And if you like, become a member of the channel. Hey, see that $ in the chat room on the mobile? That's how you become a member, with the icon. And members are the only ones that can be in the chat room on Wednesday night. And they're the only ones that can join me on the live stream, any live stream, because they have a link under the community tab and discuss any subject matter that they want. All right, Curtis Davis, dropping gems, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Davis showing the heart and the love. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. All right, go get your gear at stopstrugglingnow.com. All right, SSN Nation. And I have a few others too, but I won't show the other one because I kind of get banned. Nobody's coming to save you. And then the new built is coming out in about 2 weeks. The new built, that's what it's starting with, built. And it's going to have an off play on a couple of different signatures. So we'll talk about that at another time. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, join us. Let's all meet up at the Puna Cana, April 12th through the 16th. Get your tickets at ssnlifestyle.com. They're pretty inexpensive, and tickets they just get you into each venue event that we're going to be doing while we're there. But you got plenty of time to hang out and do your thing, because whenever I do something, it's not these all day things. It's nothing like that, because if you're going someplace, you want to have some fun too. Right? So you always have this free time to go do your things. So it's not like all day for 3 or 4 days in a row. That's not the thing. So we do things a little bit differently. So again, you go somewhere, you want to have fun, have the experiences there. It's no fun if you go, hey, I'm going somewhere, and then these guys have these convention things and you're there like at 11 a.m. to 7 at night or 6 p.m. And of course it's fun. But then after 2 days go by, you're like, wait a minute, I was down here. And the next thing you know, you're like, well, really, I didn't even see anything. So we don't do that kind of thing, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So anyhow, that's the thing. So get yourself at least the tickets for that. There is no pseudo hotel yet, because the guys at Tropical and the Bahia, they changed the prices, because it was supposed to be one person pricing. Then they told me, oh, no, we're going to double it. I was like, I'm not going for that. It's not going to work. Are you serious? I don't have to. Why are we going to have to pay $300 a night? I said, that's crazy. You guys have lost your mind. Double price with resort fees and all this other crazy. But anyhow, we got it. We'll make it work. Good night, SSN fam from Miracle Bro. Next time we talk, I'll have the Miracle NFT in my pocket. Miracle Bro, way to go, man. Congratulations on that. All right. If you have any questions, you can always hit us up. Support at stopstrugglingnow.com, or talk to us on Monday night for the Monday Night Live at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or you can always go to the Boogie Gopher Club web YouTube channel because they have, well, they don't really show you how to do anything, but nonetheless, they have people there and they have live streams. But again, I don't like their Zoom calls because you can ask questions and they sort of filter through them. They don't answer all the questions, which is kind of bogus. But nonetheless, I should just have Micah on our channel again, see if he'll do something. So anyhow, we'll see how it all goes. But thank you so much, Miracle Bro, and congratulations. Welcome to the party. Passive income, my man. And speaking of that $1 million, speaking of that $1 million, that could be the $1 million NFT. So it's kind of interesting that you asked that, because 4 to 5 years from now, these guys could actually have something where you could actually have more than $1 million in your pocket. So I'm glad you asked that question, because you'll know what to do with it, even if I'm not around. All right. Don't get too creative. Just go with the simples, right? Get yourself some stocks, get yourself some dividend stocks, get yourself some real estate, and make sure you have the duffel bag of cash, and then have yourself with low risk, maybe something. Just make sure you have the passive income coming in. That's all you need. All right. And that's for life. Once you set up the passive income, you always have it for life. It's pretty simple at that point. All right. Now let's go. I missed the date, and we'll be departing Punta Cana that Wednesday back to Atlanta. I missed the dates, and we'll be departing Punta Cana that Wednesday back to Atlanta. So you're coming back the 12th of April to the ATL. Yeah, that's too bad, man. It would have been nice. Well, we'll see how it goes, Yahweh J, because I'll probably be there Tuesday. So maybe I'll see you at one of the locations. Come by, say hi, or I'll come to you, whatever the case may be. It don't matter. Meet up somewhere if we're in contact. So we'll see what happens, man. Yes. Okay. Well, it's all good, man. It'll be just a month from now. So it'll be very, very cool. All right, let's wrap this up, shall we? Again, thank you so much for being here, everybody. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your participation in tonight's live stream. Hopefully, I'll see you on Monday at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be dropping, I think I'm going to be dropping 2 videos tomorrow. One's going to be based on social media, and not so much social media. It's going to be based on you want to start a live stream like what I'm doing. I'm going to go over StreamYard, and there'll be a link tomorrow, not tonight. And then I'll be talking about Buzzsprout to start a podcast. If you want to go a podcast route, but you can do Buzzsprout, and they're both free to just a limited number of people or platforms. And then if you use the pay system, then of course you expand it to where you can go out live to many different platforms. Then there's OBS, which is also free. And so that gives you some other things. And usually when I don't do live streams, I use OBS on the computer to record on the computer screen. If you have a camera, then I could use a camera as well with the OBS systems, because you can put in multiple cameras, multiple mics. You can do all kind of crazy with OBS, but they have a free version and they have a Streamlabs version. So both of them you can use. Both of them work the same, but one you can upgrade, so to speak. So there's ways that you can start your social media, and it's all at no cost. All you need is a recording device, which could be a phone. You can record on your phone. You can do live streams on your phone if you wanted to, because StreamYard actually works on your phone. So there's several things you can do and get started, ladies and gentlemen, because the road to monetizing yourself, it's already been happening for the last 10 years. So it's not going to stop. People are going to be able to monetize themselves and make money. Just depends on how much, right? So hopefully you're successful in doing that, but I'm going to make a video tomorrow. All right. So we'll do that one. Sure. If you get there on Tuesday, let me know. You got it, Yahweh J. All right. So that's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for tomorrow. I might even drop a motivational video tomorrow, and might even do 3 in one day, and it won't be alive. How about that? So I'm going to go to bed a little bit earlier than normal, and then tomorrow I might make 3 videos. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, always remember out here, try to be happy, try to do what you enjoy, and don't let nobody stop you. All right? Do it for the love that you have for yourself. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.